What if I told you that the anxiety you're feeling, the stress that's wearing you down, the sadness that keeps coming back, isn't because of your job, your past, or even the people in your life? What if the real cause is something most of us never question? It's not the events in your life that cause pain. It's your thoughts about them. This single truth can change the way you live forever. Today, we dive deep into a powerful and healing book by Joseph Nguyen. Don't believe everything you think. Stick around till the end, because after this, you'll start seeing your thoughts for what they really are. Not commands, not facts, but stories you don't have to believe. Have you ever found yourself stuck in your head, replaying the same thought over and over again? What if I fail? Why did I say that? What if something bad happens? You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're just believing the wrong thoughts. Because here's the truth. Your thoughts are not always true. You don't have to believe every thought that pops into your head. What if the real problem is not your life, but the belief that every thought you have must be trusted? This is where everything changes. Let's go deeper. Part 1. The core idea. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever had a thought like, I'm not good enough? No one really cares about me. What if I fail again? Most of us have. And here's the crazy part. We believe those thoughts. Without even questioning them, we let them define us. We carry them like invisible weights day after day. But Joseph Nguyen, in his powerful book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, gives us a life-altering truth. You are not your thoughts. Let that sink in for a second. You are not your thoughts. That voice in your head, the one that doubts, criticizes, and fears, that's not you. It's just mental noise. Your thoughts are like clouds drifting through the sky, some light and beautiful, some dark and stormy. But you are the sky itself, vast, untouched, unbothered. Thoughts pass, emotions shift, but the sky remains. And so, do you? Yet, we make one simple mistake that causes so much suffering. We identify with our thoughts. We think, if my mind says I'm a failure, then it must be true. If I feel anxious, then something must be wrong with me. But here's the secret Joseph wants you to understand. Just because a thought appears doesn't make it true. Thoughts are not facts. They're just mental suggestions, echoes from the past, fears about the future, fragments of memory or imagination. When you start to see thoughts as just thoughts, not truths, not commands, you begin to take your power back. Because guess what? If a thought isn't helpful, you can let it go. If a thought causes suffering, you don't have to follow it. And in that moment, that single powerful shift, you step out of the prison of overthinking and into the peaceful awareness that's always been there, quietly waiting beneath the noise. That peace, it's not something you find. It's something you uncover when you stop believing every thought your mind throws at you. So the next time your mind says, you're not good enough, ask yourself, says who? And smile, because now you know the truth. Part 2. Why we suffer. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why we suffer so much in life? Why do heartbreaks feel unbearable? Why does failure feel like the end of the world? Why do we feel anxious even when nothing is actually wrong? Joseph Nguyen gives us an answer that stops you in your tracks. We don't suffer because of what's happening in reality. We suffer because we resist reality. Let that sink in. It's not the breakup itself that destroys you. It's the thought that follows. I'll never be loved again. I'm not good enough. It's not the failure that takes away your peace. It's the belief that whispers in your mind. I'm a failure. People will judge me. I'll never succeed. Pause. Reflect. These aren't facts. They're just thoughts, stories your mind is telling you. But the more you believe them, the more real they feel. And that's how we become trapped. Not in life, but in our own minds. Nguyen says, when you stop judging your thoughts, when you simply observe them, like clouds drifting in the sky, you realize something powerful. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. Imagine this. A painful thought arises. Instead of fighting it, you notice it. You don't cling to it. You don't push it away. You just see it for what it is. a passing idea, a mental image, a story, not a truth. And just like that, you create space. Space between you and the thought. And in that space, you find peace. You find clarity. You find freedom. So the next time you're hurting, ask yourself, what am I believing that's causing this pain? Is this thought absolutely true? Would I still suffer if I let this thought go? Because maybe, just maybe, it's not life that's holding you back. It's the story you keep telling yourself about life. And the good news is you have the power to rewrite that story. Part 3, the power of awareness. So how do we finally free ourselves from the thoughts that keep pulling us down? From that endless cycle of anxiety, stress, and overthinking? Joseph Nguyen gives us the answer in one word: awareness. You see, most of us are not living, we're just reacting to every little thought that enters our mind, like a leaf floating helplessly down a river. But here's the truth. We don't have to be the leaf. We can become the river itself. We can step back, observe, and choose not to get swept away. Think about this. Let's say your mind suddenly says, I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. In that moment, you feel it, the weight in your chest, the sadness, the self-doubt. But ask yourself, is this absolutely true? Where's the proof? Would I still be in pain if I didn't believe this thought? It's not the thought itself that hurts you. It's your belief in it. And that's the shift Joseph wants us to make. From reacting automatically to observing consciously. Here's the most powerful realization in this entire book. You are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching those thoughts. Let that sink in. You are the awareness, the observer, the quiet space behind all the noise. And when you return to that space, suddenly the chaos softens. The storm is still there, but you're no longer standing in the rain. So next time your mind starts spinning, pause, breathe, and remember, I don't have to believe this thought. I can just watch it. This single act of awareness can bring you more peace than 1,000 self-help tips combined. And that, right there, it is the beginning of true freedom. Part 4, letting go of the ego. Now let's talk about something we all deal with but rarely recognize. Something subtle, yet powerful enough to shape how we feel, act, and live. It's called the ego. And no, it's not just arrogance or pride, like many people think. The ego is the voice inside your head that always wants more. More success, more control, more validation. It constantly compares, constantly judges, and constantly fears. It whispers things like, I'll finally be happy when I get that job. Once I have more followers, then I'll feel good enough. I'm smarter than them. I'm better. Or worse, I'll never be as good as they are. This voice tries to convince you that your worth depends on external things, your status, your appearance, your achievements. But here's what Joseph Nguyen wants you to realize. True peace doesn't come from adding more to your life. It comes from letting go. Letting go of the need to prove yourself. Letting go of the chase, the constant mental race. Letting go of the stories that say, you're not enough yet. Because here's the truth. The ego thrives in the past and the future. It keeps you stuck in what was or anxious about what might be. But peace lives only in the now. And when you learn to quiet that inner noise, when you stop giving power to the ego's voice, something beautiful happens. You begin to experience the present moment, not through fear, not through expectation, but through stillness, through simply being. And in that stillness, you realize something profound. You were always enough. You just forgot because the ego was too loud. Part 5, the path to inner peace. Don't believe everything you think isn't just another self-help book. It's not here to give you motivational quotes or surface-level hacks. It's a mirror that quietly reflects the truth you've forgotten, that you are already enough. That peace has never left you. It was just buried under years of mental noise, false beliefs, and painful stories. We've all become prisoners of our own minds, not because life is cruel, but because we believe every thought we think. We chase perfection. We fear failure. We compare. We overanalyze. And we suffer not because of life, but because of our own interpretation of it. But Nguyen gives us the key to escape. It's not about adding more to your life. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about peeling away the layers that don't belong to you. Layers like, I'm not worthy. I'm not lovable. I'll never be good enough. Here's the truth. You don't need to become someone else to find peace. You only need to remember who you were before the noise began, before the world told you who to be, before your mind learned fear, before you started believing every anxious thought is fact. And when you let go, when you stop chasing, when you stop believing every story in your head, something amazing happens. You return to the present moment, to stillness, to clarity, to the peaceful awareness that has always been within you. Peace was never missing. It was never something you had to earn. It was just hidden behind belief. So, if you're tired of fighting your own mind, if you're ready to feel calm again, just pause, breathe, observe, and ask yourself, what if this thought isn't true? Because in that moment of awareness, you step into your true self, and from there peace begins. So the next time a negative thought whispers in your mind, telling you that you're not enough, that you're failing, that you'll never find peace, just pause, take a deep breath, and remember this. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. You are the calm presence behind the noise, the silent witness, the awareness that can never be broken, no matter how loud the mind gets. Let that truth sink in, because that awareness, that stillness within you, is more powerful than every anxious thought, every limiting belief, and every story you've ever been told. And when you tap into that awareness, something beautiful happens. You stop fighting your mind, and you begin to truly live with peace, with clarity, with freedom. If this video shifted something in you even a little, if you felt even one moment of peace, please hit the like button. Not just for me, but to remind yourself, you're choosing awareness over chaos. You're choosing peace over panic. You're choosing growth. And I want to hear from you. What's one thought you're ready to let go of today? Drop it in the comments. Let's start a wave of healing together. And hey, if you want more life-changing book insights like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. We've only just begun this journey. Until next time, stay kind to yourself, stay present, and as always, keep growing, keep glowing,